Dear students, now let us consider center of gravity of a given body. Here a cardboard sheet is given and it is balanced on tip of a pencil, and this point where it is balanced is called center of gravity. So here actually what is happening, how it has achieved equilibrium, let us see. It has two types of equilibrium. One is translational equilibrium, translational or mechanical. Mechanical equilibrium. How means when sum of upward forces is equal to sum of downward forces, then the rigid body will be under translational equilibrium. Here the upward force is provided by the tip of the pencil, that is normal reaction, and the downward forces are for gravitational forces on different particles of the body, m1g plus m2g plus m3g plus so on. So if you take g common, m1 plus m2 plus m3 plus m4 so on up to g. So adding the masses of all the particles inside the rigid body, we get the total mass of the rigid body, and then we write n is equal to mg, just like here. On a table surface we kept a body, on it gravitational force is downward and a normal reaction provided where the table surface is upward. This is equal to this, just like this here also. So this provides the mechanical equilibrium. And the next one is rotational equilibrium. If we consider force, gravitational force on m1 particle, see the m1g try to tilt the body clockwise. The m2g force pulls the body downward so that it undergoes anti-clockwise tilt. So here we define a physical quantity, that is the moment of force. Or torque. See, moment of force or torque means force multiplied by perpendicular distance. So here this is causing clockwise movement, this is causing anti-clockwise movements. If sum of clockwise movements become equal to sum of anti-clockwise movements, then the rigid body will be under rotational equilibrium. So the same thing will be expressed in another way also. If algebraic sum of moments is 0, then the body will be under rotational equilibrium. See here here we follow sign convention. What is the sign convention? Clockwise movements taken as negative, anti-clockwise movements are taken as positive. For example, here m1g into r1, this provides clockwise moment, so minus of m1g into r1. Here m2g into r2, anti-clockwise, so positive. For all particles we consider, so algebraic sum of all the moments will be 0 if we consider about the center of gravity. That's why we define the center of gravity. We define the center of gravity CG of a body, CG of a body is that point about which the total gravitational torque is equal to 0. That is, total gravitational torque means summation of torques on all particles. That is tau 1 plus tau 2 plus tau 3, so on. But how torque is defined? Torque is defined as R cross F, or its magnitude is RF sin theta, where theta is angle between R and F. So here gravitational force is vertically downward, and the R, see, this is the perpendicular distance from G to this force. That means here the angle between R1 and M1G is 90 degrees. It is 90 degrees. Therefore, RF sin 90 degrees and its value is 1. So here tau is equal to RF. If we consider M1 particle, further tau 1 is equal to R1. Here if R into F means mg, gravitational force. So here we can write m1g. Similarly, R2 is equal to tau 2 is equal to R2 m2g. If we want to write vectorially, then here we can write R cross F means mg. So here tau I is equal to Ri mi g. Or if you want to write this in vector notation, then we can write tau I is equal to Ri cross mi g. So substituting this here, tau g is equal to summation of tau I, that is Ri cross mig. But at a place g is a constant, but g is constant. Therefore, see here, and CG of a body is that point about which the total gravitational torque is 0. So here, total gravitational torque is 0. Here, 0, 0. If G is constant, move this G to right hand side. 0 by G is equal to 0. So we also can write this as summation of Mi Ri is equal to 0. Like this also we can write, if this is moved to right hand side. So in this way also we can define the center of gravity. And let us do one problem on this. Now, by doing this problem, we can understand the concept of center of gravity very well. A meter stick is balanced on a knife edge at its center. Suppose this is meter stick. Starting division is 0, ending division is 100 centimeters, like this. And in the middle it will be 50. And it is balanced at this edge. So when two coins each of mass 5 grams are put one on top of the other at the 12 centimeter mark, let us draw the meter stick once again. This is 0, so this is 12 centimeter. At 12 centimeter, two coins are kept, and the knife edge is so this is 45. Now when you kept two coins at 12 centimeters, it was balanced by keeping the knife edge here. Now what is the mass of the meter stick, that is asked. Mass of meter stick, how much? Suppose the total mass is capital M. Always see here, this is center of the meter stick. This tip provides normal reaction, and here capital Mg. N is equal to Mg. So from the middle point, this is the center of gravity of the meter stick, G. Always total weight of a body works from its center of gravity. Now, so at this is balanced means. Now let us apply rotational equilibrium. So according, say, when we achieve rotational equilibrium, just now here we got here Siege of a body is that point about which the total gravitational torque is 0, and applying that concept, finally we got summation of mi Ri is equal to 0, where m is mass of a particle and Ri is the perpendicular distance. That is m1r1 plus m2r2 plus m3r3 is equal to 0. So let us make use of this concept. On knife edge, it has rotational equilibrium. Therefore, about the edge point, sum of moments or torques will be 0. Now, see here, let us calculate torque due to mg. And here, the coins, on the coins there is some, the sum of, so here m is equal to 2 coins each of 5 grams. 5 plus 5 is equal to 10 grams. So here this is mg. So here sum of moments will be, see mg provides clockwise movement. Therefore, it is negative. It is negative. mg provides anti-clockwise movement, because this try to rotate the meter scale in this direction. So this try to rotate the meter scale in this direction. This is anti-clockwise. Therefore, this is positive. So here let us calculate its torque produced by this force. So mg. So here torque is equal to force into perpendicular distance. So here torque is mg into the perpendicular distance from knife edge is 50 minus 45, 5 centimeters. So this is clockwise, it is producing clockwise movement, therefore this is negative. Now torque produced by mg, this is anti-clockwise, therefore plus mg into the distance, perpendicular distance. Here this is 12, this is 45, 45 minus 12. So here this, the sum of the two torques is 0. Now see here, or we can write this as mg into 45 minus 12 is 33 is equal to, move, shift this to right hand side, into 50 minus 45, 5 centimeters. So G and G gets cancelled. Here mass is 10 grams. 10 grams into 33 centimeters. Capital M, total mass of the meter stick, that we don't know, 5 centimeters. From this we get capital M is equal to 330 by 5, 66 grams. Now let us see the solved example 7.4. A 3 meter long ladder 3-meter long ladder weighing 20 kg leans on a frictionless wall. Means this wall is very smooth. It doesn't exert frictional force. Its feet rest on the floor 1 meter from the walls. Its feet is at a distance of 1 meter from the wall. Find the reaction forces of the wall and the floor. Reaction forces are asked on the wall as well as floor. First let us see the wall here. Here the ladder tries to slide down. As it slides down in opposite direction, frictional force works, but there is no frictional force because the wall is smooth. Okay. Next force, so usually suppose there is a body on table surface. This is gravitational force, and normal to the table surface will be the normal reaction. Just like that, normal to the wall surface will be the normal reaction, or this can be shown here also. So this one reaction force is asked here in the problem. Now here at foot of the ladder, as this slides down, this slides to left hand side. As this tries to move to left hand side, frictional force works towards right hand side. So to this side, frictional force works. So this is frictional force Fk2. This is first place, this is second place. And just like this, here a surface exerts normal reaction at 90 degrees to the surface. Here also this floor is a surface, and the floor surface exerts normal reaction like this. So at the foot of the ladder, two forces are there, frictional force and normal reaction. The vector sum of the two forces see usually how we do. This is A, this is B vector. The vector sum of the two is given like this. Similarly, this is N2, this is Fk2. Vector sum of these two is this. Say this is F2. This is F2. So F2 is asked here. See, now the ladder has got two types of equilibrium. First one is translational equilibrium. Translational or mechanical equilibrium. The ladder is under translational or mechanical equilibrium. When it will be under this equilibrium? When sum of upward forces is equal to sum of downward forces. This is one way of telling, or we can write in another way also. So instead of telling like this, we write like this. When we get translation equilibrium, sum of horizontal forces must be 0 and sum of vertical forces must be 0. Now sum of horizontal forces. See here N1, this is horizontal to the floor. Here Fk2. That's all. Force to right hand side is taken as positive and to left hand side it is taken as negative. So Fk2 is to right hand side, therefore positive. N1 is to left hand side, therefore negative, is equal to 0. So this is equation 1. Now from this, sum of vertical forces 0. Vertical means along y-axis. Here mg and here N2. Upward force is taken as positive, downward force is taken as negative. So N2 minus mg is equal to 0. This is second equation. Now from this we can write N2 is equal to mg. Here m, mass of the ladder is given 20 kg, g value 9.8, 196 newtons. Now here now second, the ladder is under rotational equilibrium. Rotational equilibrium means algebraic sum of moments about A is equal to 0. See, clockwise movements are taken as negative and anti-clockwise movements are taken as positive. If we take mg, it provides clockwise movement. This N1 anti-clockwise movement. So first let us write this anti-clockwise movement. See, movement means force into perpendicular distance. N1, so perpendicular distance means about A we are calculating the sum of moments, no? So suppose this is D. So moment of N1 about A, force into perpendicular distance. Force is N1 and perpendicular distance is AD, and this is anti-clockwise, therefore positive. Moment of mg, moment is equal to force into perpendicular distance. Say now let us calculate moment produced by N1. Moment of N1 about A. So force into perpendicular distance. Force is N1 into, this is force, and this is perpendicular distance from A, that is AD, N1 into AD. And this is trying to move the ladder anti-clockwise, therefore positive. Now let us calculate moment of mg, moment produced by mg about A point. Force into perpendicular distance, force mg, perpendicular distance from A, say this is E point, so perpendicular distance is A, and this gravitational force is trying to move clockwise, therefore minus, this is positive, this is minus. So when it will achieve rotational equilibrium, algebraic sum of moments about A is 0. So here this is N1 into AD, and this is minus mg into AE, that is equal to 0. See here, gravitational force is always vertically downward, vertical. This wall is vertical. It means mg and wall are both parallel to each other. For this triangle, this G is the midpoint of this side, and this is parallel to wall. Then automatically this E point will become midpoint of this side. This side is having length 1 meter. Therefore AE will be half meter. So here from figure, AE is half meter or 0.5 meter. So AE is over. Next we want AD. AD means this much. So hypotenuse is known, and this also known. This is 1 meter. So here from the figure, A, D, B, dB is 1 meter. This is 3 meters. And now we want AD. So by Pythagoras theorem, base square plus side square is called hypotenuse square. So 1 meter square plus AD square is equal to 3 meter square, or AD is equal to 9 minus 1 under root 2 root 2. AD value also available, AD, AE available. So substituting these values in this, so this is third equation. Substituting values in equation 3, we get here N1 into AD 2 root 2 minus capital M, mass of the ladder 20 kg, G value 9.8, AE 0.5 meter is equal to 0. So n1 is equal to, we get from this, we get the value 34.6 newtons. So now substituting this value, first equation, Fk2 is equal to n1, that is 34.6 newtons. So now we want reaction forces. Reaction force at n1. n1 is, this is one answer, so newtons. This is one answer we got here. And next we want reaction force at A point. See, that is F2. And here next reaction force is F2. And this F2 is a sum of N2 plus Fk2. Sorry, F2 is equal to N2 plus Fk2. N2 plus Fk2. This is vector equation. Now magnitude. In terms of magnitude, we write N2 Fk2 F2. By Pythagoras theorem, this is equal to square root of this square plus this square. Under root. N2 value 196 plus Fk2 value 34.6 under root, we get 199 newtons. Now the angle made by F2, see here, let me draw the diagram here. This is Fk2, this is N2, this is F2. So let me write this Fk2 here. This is N2, this Fk2 here, and this gives the resultant F2 angle. This is theta. So this is N2 means this also N2. So tan theta is equal to N2 by Fk2. N2 by Fk2. N2 value is 196. Fk2 value is 34.6, and that divided we get 5.66. So from this theta is equal to, bring tan theta to this side, tan inverse 5.66. So in this way we can calculate the angle theta also.